Welcome to another episode of 4x4 Camping and Adventures, and in today's episode I'm going to talk to you about the Ridge Ryder awning that I've had on the car for about a year now. This is my update video, as I said, when I first put on the awning and I was bashing Kings for their poor quality awning that I had. I was going to put the Ridge Ryder awning on. If I had any dramas with it, I was going to tell you, be honest, and put the review out there. So this video is going to talk about all the good things, bad things, and what I think of my final thoughts on the Ridge Ryder awning. So let's get to it. Alright, first things first, let's get the good stuff. I want to talk about these straps here. Thicker Velcro, holds on way better, way better. So in windy conditions you're not getting those Velcros loose and that kind of thing. Second thing I want to talk about, thicker, way thicker than Kings. So yes, this is a more deer awning, but way thicker than Kings. And this seam in the middle here, no water leakage, still fully waterproof, all that kind of stuff. And as I said, this awning is about a year old, so it's done pretty good. The poles, they scratch probably as much as the Kings. Not too bad, there's not too many scratches in there, but they probably scratch as much, you know, because it's the same material. But one thing I want to talk about is I got so much flack for my previous awning video saying, well, you've used it 50 times and for the value, you know, all the rest of it. I've used this more than 50 times in a year because I've been doing much more camping, doing much more trips down the beach, that kind of stuff. And I have not had half the issues I had with the other awning. So first things, the pop rivets in my last awning were all coming out. And guess what? In this car, or this awning I should say, they're not coming out. Look, all the pop rivets are still in the awning, which is crazy because that's how it's meant to be. Someone even said to me on the video that I was meant to service my awning. How do you service an awning? It's literally poles. I mean, yeah, if the pop rivet comes out, you can put a new one in there, but you shouldn't have to put one in there in the first place. That's the whole point of having a good quality awning. And the Kings ones might be better now, but they definitely weren't that good when I bought mine, so food for thought. Second thing, third thing or fourth thing, I can't remember what I'm up to now. The bag on these awnings. So the actual bag, this guy, way easier to put in. So the actual bag is a bit bigger than the awning, which makes a big difference. So when you're trying to pack up an awning, for the first time, it doesn't quite fit into the bag properly, so you sort of need to adjust it around, that kind of thing. But with this bag, because they made it a little bit bigger, it actually makes it easier to put the whole thing away. So that's a great thing. So those are the sort of good features about the awning compared to the Kings. Better quality built, obviously, better canvas, and I think the whole thing is a little bit stronger. And as even these parts here, so I think I spoke about it in the Kings video. These pieces here, I haven't got set up correctly at the moment, but this pole goes through the two pieces. So even that is better because the Kings was like that big, and it went through the first pole. But as soon as you had a bit of wind or something like that, if it wasn't tensioned right, it would just come out. So yeah, just small things like that are great. And the canvas is still holding up well. It's been rained on multiple times. Haven't got any mold on there. It's still nice and fresh, so it's not too bad at all. I suppose the big thing is talking about the bad things. First things first, a bit of my mistake. I accidentally bent one of the poles. That is these guider poles. So I'll show you here. This piece here, which actually cracked, you can sort of see it in there. This piece here I bent. My fault, it blew up and yeah, one of those poles in there and it bent the pole. And that was a bit how you going. But the other thing is I had to get the zip replaced. So the original zipper, it sort of de-threaded itself and yeah, it wouldn't actually unzip anymore, got locked up, so I had to get the zip replaced. Not a big drama, zip's easy enough to replace, but I had to get the zip replaced. That could have just been a busted zip, whatever it was. It definitely caused me some dramas, but beyond that, there's no real dramas with it. The plastic knuckles are still holding up and all the poles are still strong. I haven't any dents in it. Yeah, it's going well. So I think the big thing is, because I'm actually making this video because I'm actually going to replace the awning. I'm going to give this awning away, so to a mate. So I'm going to get, it's going to get used and that kind of stuff moving forward. But I suppose the big thing for me is I want to make a bit of a video of my thoughts on it. As I said, if you're just looking at a replacement for Kings, definitely give the Ridge Ryder a go. It's definitely a option that no real dramas with it. It's been a great awning. but the actual awning I'm going to get is a super peg awning. So I've ordered one. It's probably due any day now, so when I'm making this video it should be rocking up any day. But yeah, the awning's going to be awesome. I'm going to get a 180-degree awning to go over the whole car. Well, not the whole car, but the hot side of the car essentially. And yeah, it's gonna definitely make the car a lot more sort of space, and I'm gonna do the walls for it. It's gonna be good. I'll make a video on it, but it's gonna be good. So yeah, I wanted to make a bit of a video, sort of a year later. What I like about it, it's a great awning. It's been used multiple times. It's been rained on a lot, dried out when it gets rained on, like all the usual stuff. But no real dramas with it. Even the ropes and that kind of stuff are thicker, better material. So I suppose what you're getting in the like the grand scheme of things, like the actual aluminium frame of it is pretty standard. Like most awnings look like this. But I think where you get like the canvas, the bag, and the ropes and all that kind of stuff, that's where your sort of money goes to if you're spending a little bit more money on an awning. And I'm really keen to see what the super peg's like again, because the super peg is all Australian made, and it's really high quality awning and canvas and that kind of stuff. So really keen to see that compared to this as well. Completely different price bracket. I think the super peg's like 800 bucks. So definitely different price bracket, because this goes for about 200-ish, or about 150 if they're on special. But yeah, definitely something to think about, and just seeing what you sort of get extra with your money. So yeah, pretty happy with the awning. If you're going to get an awning, or you're looking at awnings, or you're going to buy an awning, pretty much everyone on four-wheel drive has an awning. Yeah, give the Ridge Ryder a go. It's definitely an awning worth the money, and I would 100% buy one of these over a King's awning. And there is a reason for the Kings being so cheap, is because they are cutting costs, all that kind of stuff, which is fine. But I think it's worth extra, spending the extra money to get to a better quality awning. And if you see my swag video, my update swag video, you can see where they're cutting costs and they're trying to save some money. So if they're doing that with the swags, they're doing that with everything. So you got to be really careful with stuff you put in your car and the longevity of it and that kind of thing. So, and if you haven't seen it, go have a look at my original awning video. That was after I think 2 years, faring off pretty bad, and that was about the same price as this when I originally bought it. So yeah, I'm much happier with this. I reckon if I use it the exact same way, it would probably look exactly the same in a year's time. There wouldn't be any real, like after a year you should be starting seeing things going wrong with it and that kind of stuff. So, and even the fact that I can still use it with a pole that's bent, happy days. I know if I had the Kings and I bent the pole there, it would have either been out, you wouldn't have been able to put it in there because the pole would have been too short, and I probably would have had to replace the pole with something, or yeah, it wouldn't have worked. So yeah, pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with the Ridge Ryder awning. So I want to say thanks to Super Cheap. They gave it to me to test, and I did say to them I'll give them a real solid year of R&D. And yeah, it's been a fair few places. Bremer Bay, it's been Albany. Where's this one been? The Bush, about 40 times. And yeah, it's definitely living up to a better expectation that I wanted to give it. So which is good. So yeah, that's my review or update, or 12 months later on the Ridge Ryder awning. I think it's definitely something to look at, definitely worth putting your money into. And yeah, have a look at it when you're looking at awnings. Don't just jump to the cheaper ones and just go from there. Have a look around, because even ARB is making sort of awnings that are in the cheaper range now as well. So have a look everywhere, but this is definitely worth having a look at in the grand scheme of things. But I might leave it there. That has been another episode of 4x4 Camping and Adventures. If you like this content, please like and subscribe like usual. Put a comment down below, what kind of awning have you got? I'd love to know. And yeah, give the Ridge Ryder a go, because it's definitely a good looking awning. It sits well in the car, and I've not had a drama with it, so it's been fantastic. So if I don't see you out in the traction trails, I might see you in the next video. If I don't see you in the next video, well, I shall see you later. Bye.